This jet was to be the pride of the new Russian Air Force.
Speed is the ultimate currency of the sky.
A marvel of engineering, a symbol of American air superiority.
From Cold War legends that outran their own missiles,
the pinnacle of the Cold War designs, the F-22 is still arguably the most formidable fighter aircraft to enter service.
to modern stealth marvels, we're counting down the 10 fastest fighter jets ever built. Buckle up. We're pushing the throttle past Mach 2.5 to find the fastest. Number 8. The F-22 Raptor. At first glance, the F-22 Raptor shouldn't be on a speed list. In an era where stealth usually means slow and hidden, the Raptor is a violent contradiction. Clocking in at Mach 2.25, that's over 1,500 miles per hour. It's not just fast, it's effortlessly fast. Most jets have to dump fuel into their afterburners just to break the sound barrier, a process as loud as it is inefficient. But the Raptor? It uses supercruise. It can cruise at Mach 1.8 indefinitely without ever touching the afterburner. This means it can outrun almost any threat while staying thermally cool and invisible to heat-seeking sensors. But the real magic happens in the nozzles. Unlike traditional jets, the F-22 features thrust-to-vectoring. The engines actually tilt, allowing the pilot to point the nose one way while the jet screams in another. It's the only plane on this list that can literally flip mid-air, defying the laws of physics at speeds that would tear other airframes apart. It's not just a fighter, it's an apex predator that chooses when and how fast the fight begins. Number 7. The MiG-35. If the F-22 is a ghost, the MiG-35 Fulcrum F is a street racer. While it shares a silhouette with the legendary MiG-29, don't let that fool you. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a total reimagining of what a lightweight fighter can do when pushed to Mach 2.25. The standout feature here isn't just the raw speed, it's the RD-33MK engines. These are smokeless power plants designed to give the pilot maximum thrust without leaving a massive visual trail for the enemy to track. But the real mind-blowing tech is tucked inside the nose. The MiG-35 uses a Zucca Active Electronically Scanned Array, AESA radar, which allows it to track up to 30 targets simultaneously from over 160 kilometers away. For the pilot, the MiG-35 is all about look-down, shoot-down capability. It's equipped with an OLS, optical locator system, that uses an infrared sensor to hunt stealth aircraft without ever turning on its own radar. It's essentially a silent hunter that can sprint across the battlefield, lock onto a target using heat signatures, and disappear before the enemy even knows they're being painted. Number 6. The Sukhoi Su-57 Felon. The Su-57 Felon represents Russia's entry into the elite club of 5th-generation stealth. With a top speed officially listed around Mach 2.0, it's a beast designed for air superiority, which is a polite way of saying it's built to clear the sky of everything else. What makes the Felon unique is its extreme agility. While the F-22 is impressive, the Su-57 takes maneuverability to a borderline supernatural level. It utilizes all-axis thrust vectoring, meaning its engine nozzles can point in any direction. In a low-speed dogfight, the Felon can perform a cobra maneuver, standing nearly vertical in the air to let an overshooting enemy fly right past its cannons. Beyond the acrobatics, the Su-57 is packed with cheek radars, additional sensors on the sides of the fuselage. This gives the pilot a massive field of regard, allowing them to track targets that would be in a blind spot for other stealth jets. It's a machine designed to be fast enough to intercept, stealthy enough to survive, and agile enough to win the fight once it gets there. Number 5. The F-15 Eagle. The F-15 Eagle is a statistical anomaly. In over 50 years of service, its combat record stands at a staggering 104 victories and 0 losses. It was born from a moment of American panic during the Cold War, a direct response to the terrifying speeds of Soviet interceptors. But the Eagle didn't just meet the bar, it broke it. With a top speed of Mach 2.5, the F-15 is essentially 2 massive Pratt & Whitney engines with a seat attached. It was the first United States fighter with enough thrust to accelerate while climbing vertically, like a rocket. But the most mind-blowing moment in its history isn't a dogfight. It's Operation Celestial Lightning. In 1985, a modified F-15 zoomed to the edge of space and fired a missile at a dead satellite orbiting 340 miles above the Earth. It remains the only aircraft in history to successfully shoot down a satellite. And then there's the 1983 incident, where an Israeli pilot managed to land an F-15 safely after a mid-air collision, tore off its entire right wing. Engineers later said it was aerodynamically impossible. The F-15 did it anyway. Number 4. The MiG 1.44/1.42 MFI. While the F-15 was dominating the skies, the Soviet Union was secretly building its Raptor killer, the Mikoyan Project 1.44. This was supposed to be the pinnacle of Russian aviation, a fifth-generation beast capable of Mach 2.35. The design was radical. It featured a close-coupled canard layout, those small wings near the nose, which, combined with massive thrust vectoring engines, would have made it arguably the most maneuverable jet ever built. It was designed to be invisible, using early radar-absorbent materials and a specialized internal weapons bay to keep its profile clean. However, the 1.44 is a story of what if. Following the collapse of the USSR, funding evaporated. The prototype sat in a hangar for nearly a decade, finally making a lone 18-minute test flight in the year 2000 before the program was scrapped in favor of what eventually became the Su-57. It remains a ghost of a superpower, a machine that promised to rewrite the rules of air combat but never got the chance to fly a second mission. Number 3. The MiG-25 Foxbat. The MiG-25 Foxbat is a brute force masterpiece. When it first appeared on Western radar in the 1960s, it terrified NATO. Its massive wings suggested a highly agile fighter, but the reality was far more specialized. The Foxbat was a high-altitude dragster built for one thing: interception at any cost. To handle the blistering heat of Mach 3.2, where skin temperatures exceed 300 degrees Celsius, Soviet engineers couldn't use aluminum, which would soften like butter. Instead, they built 80% of the airframe out of hand-welded stainless steel. It made the jet incredibly heavy, over 36 tons, but it made it a tank of the skies. The mind-blowing part? Its top speed of Mach 3.2 was actually a suicide run for the engines. At that velocity, the massive Tumansky R-15 turbines would essentially turn into out-of-control blast furnaces. The suction was so powerful it would bypass the compressor and feed directly into the afterburner, acting like a ramjet. While it could technically outrun almost anything, including the fastest missiles of the time, a Mach 3.2 flight usually meant the engines were completely cooked and had to be scrapped the moment the pilot landed. Number 2. The MiG-31 Foxhound. If the Foxbat was a raw prototype, the MiG-31 Foxhound is the refined evolution. It remains the fastest combat aircraft currently in service today. While it is redlined at Mach 2.83 to protect the airframe, it is technically capable of pushing past Mach 3.0 in emergencies. What makes the Foxhound truly terrifying isn't just the speed, it's the Zaslon radar. When it debuted in 1981, it was the world's first phased array radar on a fighter jet. It was so powerful that a group of 4 MiG-31s could link together via data link, creating a digital net 1,000 kilometers wide, sharing target data and acting as a mini AWACS for other jets. The Foxhound was designed to hunt the fastest targets on Earth, including the SR-71 Blackbird and low-flying cruise missiles. To this day, it is one of the few jets that can fire its long-range missiles while flying at nearly 3 times the speed of sound. It is essentially a 46-ton sniper rifle that flies at the edge of space, capable of intercepting satellites and hypersonic threats before they even enter the atmosphere. Number 1. The MiG 1.42 MFI. The MiG 1.42, the multifunctional frontline fighter, was the Soviet Union's final attempt at a high-speed, stealthy air superiority fighter before the system collapsed. Designed to hit Mach 2.6, it was meant to be the faster, more agile cousin to the F-22 Raptor. The mind-blowing fact here is its internal engine tech. It featured AL-41F engines that used heat-resistant ceramics, allowing it to sustain incredible speeds without the thermal degradation that plagued earlier models. Its flat nozzles were designed for infrared stealth, making it a ghost at over 1,800 miles per hour. Although only one flight prototype was ever built, its design DNA lived on, heavily influencing the stealth programs of the 21st century. From stealth to raw, engine-melting fury, these machines represent the peak of human engineering. Is the age of high-speed dogfighting over, or can speed still win? Comment your favorite jet below, hit like, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, see you in the skies,